So a company is willing to produce 100 yo-yos at $10 each. Okay, so when it says it's willing to produce, this tells me that they are willing to supply 100 yo-yos at $10 each and 500 yo-yos at $16 each. Again, this is another idea of supply. Research indicates, though, that the public will buy 500 yo-yos at $9 each. So demand, okay, and 100 yo-yos at $17 each. Again, demand. Now the equation says find the equilibrium point. Well, in your previous examples, you had to find the equilibrium point given a supply function and given a demand function. So what we actually have to do is we need to identify our two functions. And then after we identify the functions, then we can find our point where they intersect. And that's the equilibrium point. So we need to use our two ordered pairs. Now remember, in supply and demand, the price is always the or the x coordinate. It comes first. So I've got 10, 100, and 16, 500. Okay, so if I look at finding the slope, I'm going to do 500 minus 100 over 16 minus 10, which gives me 400 over 6, which I will reduce to 200 thirds. And we're just going to leave it in terms of the fraction. We're not going to make our lives harder. So now, again, I'm trying to find the supply function. So I'm going to say S of P is equal to 200 over 3 times P plus B. Now remember, P is part of our supply function, but B represents our y-intercept. We're going to solve for our y-intercept just by plugging a point in. I'm going to plug 10, 100 in. So if I do that, I've got 100 equals 200 thirds times 10 plus B, giving me a B value. If you calculate this out, for sake of this video, I'm going to shorten it down, but 10 times 200 thirds is going to give us 2,000 thirds, and subtract that from 100 gives us negative 1,700 thirds. Okay. So that means my supply function is 200 thirds P plus negative 1,700 thirds. Okay, not the nicest thing, kind of ugly, but that's it. Okay, so now let's look at the demand side. Again, I've got two ordered pairs for demand. Okay, so I've got the order points, and again, the price comes first. So I've got 9, 500 and 17, 100. So again, I'm going to go through the exact same process, find that slope. Okay. So let's see, we'll do 500 minus 100 over 9 minus 17. Give me 400 over negative 8, which is negative 50, is what it reduces to. So again, my demand function so far is D of P equals negative 50 P plus B, and I need to find B. So just like I did with the previous one, I'm going to plug a point in. Okay, so if I plug in the ordered pair of 17, 100. So I've got 100 equals negative 50 times 17 plus B, and I solve for B. I'm going to get a B value of 950. Okay. So again, writing out my demand function, I get D of P is equal to negative 50 P, let's see what, plus 950. Okay, whole lot of work, just to get our two functions, okay? Now, what do I need to do now? Okay, so I've got this function here, okay? And where's my final supply function? Right here. So again, to find the equilibrium point, all I need to do is I need to set these two equal to each other and solve for P. And I'll let you do the work on your own, but just so you know to check, your ordered pair that you should get is 13, 300.